Hi everyone, this is Professional High Priestess. I'm just here to do a proof of chaos. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to redo this. That's okay. I just wanted to just put some quick information out there regarding a few things. Let me pull out my phone real quick because I know I had a few screenshots there. Yeah, somebody from One Life to Live, they passed away. All these people from the soap operas are all dying. Mhm. Okay, so here is the proof of chaos that has begun. Okay. And it says here, Daily Caller. This is not a verified news source, so this is something that has come up though, just called the Daily Caller. They're popular. And it says UFO investigations halted over fear of demonic forces. Yeah, it's a news article. And then it's right here, actress hospitalized with brain hemorrhage, Hema Chaudhary, Indian lady. This is like something big coming up too, because there's been a lot of deaths in the Indian community. I don't know what's going on. Tesla recalling another 120 vehicles because of doors. Tesla has been recalling more than 1 million vehicles. It's going to be past 2 million. They're going to have to recall all their cars and shut down because they're playing with space tech and because they played with a bunch of full of color in virtual reality. So we collectively turned off that Akasha that they were running to, play with space travel and play with electric cars and self-driving cars and autonomous cars. So that's where that's coming from. It's coming from the fact that Tesla was playing with people of color or children, so we shut down that aspect, that outlet that they had. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's 12:51. My phone is on 37%. I thought I only had 3%. Um, Lakers fired Darvin Ham. Another bullshit going on in the basketball industry, getting kicked off their team. Draymond Green suspended indefinitely. I'm telling you, you guys play too much. Hundreds of employees poisoned by food served at work Christmas party. This is in the messenger. I'm gonna show this. Hundreds of employees poisoned by food at a work Christmas party. Yeah, sure. Good. Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin sells trillions of tokens because they're getting prepared for our token. This one I'm gonna show you. Okay, so now let me show you what I got here for you guys in regards to money. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. The first thing that I want done before I even go into any of this for our community is Jonathan Nelson needs to be removed. Next is Matt Haney needs to be dealt with politically before he gets what's going to happen in the next round. And I'm just saying that for the sake of everyone's peace with Karagani because of what's going on with somebody else that they're using him to try to set him up, to try to keep their name out of what's about to come up in the media. I don't care about any of it. I wanted to say that I did have a call with somebody that's been working with like a bunch of different people on this specific issue. They didn't know that I was getting attacked by it. So she brought me into a group of people, like different lawyers and things like that, that were working on this specific use of this technology. But a lot of them got exposed as ops. So now it's going to the next level. That now that my story is here, they're moving forward. A lot of them are fundraising and doing a bunch of shit that I said is that I deem as okay, you know, because because they're working to help people. So that's just one thing that I wanted to tell you. So let's keep on going. Before any of this goes on, that needs to just be handled. Period. That disgusting thing is gonna stay the fuck away from me and get hit. for what they started playing with people of color and our children. There's the person that started this, Jonathan Nelson, some disgusting white man. That's what you guys conjured up with spell work. You conjured up the most disgusting, utter, filth, garbage, trifling slop in a human being with magic. And then it resulted in me getting gang stalked by a bunch of disgusting white men over my work, which could be helping us, but we're limited because of you guys. Experience limitations. Yeah. So that's where you get all this stuff from, right? With like children of color going missing and people where children of color going missing and their bodily fluids turning up around those children and evidence and a bunch of shit in my books turning up and those children cut up, set on fire, things like that. Right. Handle it. Thank you. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and put out a crypto system that's rooted on upgrading the metals that exist in mining machines and then creating new mining machines. You can use a USB as a mining machine. Keep your computer open up the USB, run an app that's connected to like your computer, the energy input and output, and then it's growing like a specific token base. And that token is run by something that you can digitize, which is the gold, platinum, and other metals that can be quantified into electrical output and work in the output. You're taking the equations that exist in the botanical and doing that with the metal. So there you go. That's all that it really is. People don't really know how to do that because it takes a spell. It's spell work. You have to use the coding system, bringing down a bunch of forces, which I talked about in here. You have to bring down a bunch of forces that they don't have to do this. So there's a free copy of this running all around. Dude, this is for free online. You guys can go see all of this. This is my work, but you need a bunch of databases that you are going to have to pull down spirals. Then you're going to need mathematical equations like Swigor, Quaddle, all that type of stuff. And then you're going to need geometry. We see the speech. There's two types: the chemical geometry and then the speech geometry. And then there's crystals too. Then you're going to take physics in the form of sound, file, color, and image and make physiques. And then, of course, language frequencies, where we're talking about chem, puzzle quasar, and other different language systems that we can use. It's just done. So that's what we're going to get started on. And I think that if we start there, then everything else will work itself out and be built. Statistical models, yeah. Database variation. Mhm. Something here is good. Yeah, database. Yeah, thank you. Database variation is actualized by the following repetitive equations, right? So yeah, you're going to be able to get like a whole brand new crypto and crypto system off of this. Because what's going to happen is the crypto, when you're working with the botanicals, you have to open up the specific databases using all those systems, but you need the Akasha. And this is where you get them stalking and harassing me, and that's what you guys created because they can't do that because they're playing with spell word. So now prove that you weren't playing. That you see, it keeps on coming back to the same exact thing of you got exposed, and you have to keep on opening your mouth and saying why you can't work in the Akasha and why you can't do this and what have you been doing. And now it's going to come into a big resounding like kick in the face where a bunch of white people are about to get hit for playing with people of color like that. Period. It's the last hurrah. That's done. So they did their worst, and that's done. Mhm, 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 mhm. Where you guys get rubber band wrist part one and two, and three and four and five and six and seven and eight. Right? And where this is where you guys can upload your chemical files that you guys have been making and doing stuff with. And then this can also be quantified as well too as time as proof of work. Come on now, you put in work. There you go. That's the proof of work. I'm making my spirals. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Yani and Huey. Yani and Huey. Mm-hmm. It's just the estimated income is interesting, but the databases they dictate the hash rate. So 0 to 100 of a hash per second or like 0 to 100 hash rate per, it wouldn't be second, it would be minute. Right. So you can get up to that a minute and then an hour up to like 160 minutes. So this is double, triple the hash rate, right? You database, the second one will be like 100 to 300 of a hash rate per minute. It can go up to 10,000, 10,000. This is why I'm taking work off for a whole week if I'm about to be making stuff like this. 10,000 up to 10,000. So it will be like 8,000 to 10,000 of the hash rate per minute. And that would look like, and it could, you can run that, but it could be on like three times, right? See, it would be like the a capacity of the CPU that put up like running three computers at a time, and that's like PCs that are made for like day-to-day desktop work. A laptop, it will be four MacBooks. But this is the thing though, you're gonna be able to put, if you say SSID chip, you could put spell work on your SSID chip, or I can make you a new one to run that. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the entire point. I can get a chip that can run that off your computer. And then you can get up to that a minute. And it will take like half your battery and like 30 minutes though. So you would have to pick a computer that you know for a fact is not going to be like around for long. That's where you get recycling properly the last bits of a computer before you break down their parts completely and then just redo them. So um, I wanted to show you hash rates. So if you have your hash rate a second, yeah, if you have 10,000 a second, how much crypto is that? That's a day. How much crypto you're getting a day? hmm That's how much you're getting a day. And I could put it on your computer and then you can get your battery to 35% only and it'll take like an hour and a half. That's a better ratio. Because you're gonna get light bands inside of your folds. And inside the folds, in the molecular layer, you're gonna get in cellular layer, you're gonna get light bands. And these light bands carry the equation. This is where you get Twaddle and Yanni Hui, the Aztec Empire, and them giving you this math system. This is what they used to do all day. They just used it for psychedelics. So I'm just using it for the computer. So that's really just it. I feel like people are just slow. I mean, you are playing with people's children sexually, so you're not going to get anything that's of worth on this planet. That's just it. And if you think you're going to stop me or take me off this planet or play with me and other people because you're going to like, because you want to hoard this and start this, you sound stupid and you're going to get shot in your face. And you're going to end up getting so bad that you're going to wish you never ever saw another person of color again. Mhm. So how many files does that look like? That looks like you can make one file duplicated 100 times and have them open on your desktop so it can run in the activity monitor. Or if it's in an app, the way that it would work is it would be a spiral run. And by keeping that spiral up as a string, which is a PHP file, MP4 file with sound and stuff like that, that's it. So you can get 10,000 CPU by running 100 files, 100, like let's say for instance, you're on your desktop, QuickTime. You can open QuickTime 8 times and that's this 10,000 hash rate because you're using the sound crystals now. The crystals liquefied into sound. And then you're using that to run another level of the hash rate because the hash rate is coming from three specific like input output sets and neural networks that are already pre-chained. And two of them are astrology. So they can't have this. You have to be an astrologer and have the placement to share astrology. And then one of them is melanin. You have to have melanin. So if you use liquid gold and then use your breathing rate and your heart rate and walk and move and stuff like that, that's really marginal math though. That's really the science behind the marginal math one where you get to like move around and walk and stuff like that. And it moves a spiral and it's streaming. Like when you're streaming like on YouTube, just how I'm doing this now, it's taking up a specific type of energy that wouldn't be taken up had I just recorded and uploaded. So what's gonna end up happening here is this marginal math. You're gonna see that it's like moving, walking in a spiral stream. And that's how you're making your money. And but that one is nickel and marjoram. That one is really deep. That's a nice platinum. And then there's quarters and time. Ooh, yeah, there's a black pepper one too. Honey pea pepper, baby. That's what you're supposed to use it for. This was a war. We're gonna get into databases and marjoram math. So I'm gonna pull that up. There's so many more that we can do. Woo! Let them go waste herbs and stuff like that. That's done. I'll just be buying the companies afterwards. Just make sure you don't process it that too much. I might be able to use that. So just turn it off. It's not going to work. You need spell work. Yeah, you don't throw a black child inside of that, and then that's how it gets activated. That's what you guys have activated in white people because you're stupid as fuck and disgusting. Oh, my brother has a game. Yes, and the Warriors game is playing too. You got my brother in a sci-fi movie? Whoa. Yeah, so imagine that though. You just have your computer up a day. Okay, let's see. And but the device and the software is invite only. Whoa, okay, so only certain people can get access to this. But how can you get the money? You go on the exchange, or you just create one. You can have a digital exchange where people just cash it out to their card, and then it's just money. The government is trying to figure out how to stop us from having this. If you try to shut us down, you need to shut down Bitcoin. Mhm. Okay, so this is what you can do. And then if you want to get smart, you can open up databases in the Bitcoin network that's already existing and into that. So you have like Bitcoin, but then you have different types of Bitcoin, which already exists because that's what they're doing now. But you can have one token, one Bitcoin token that you open up on the network, say Bitcoin Platinum. And then you can have like 8 tiers of that based on how many databases you want to pull out. That's each token. Each database is a token and then runs a certain number of hashes based on the metal. So each version of the technology that you're running, like the mining machine, each one is going to put out a certain type of token, or it can put out into the main token that's just like a fraction of it then. So let's say, for instance, instead of getting like one of the subdivision tokens, you're going to get one of the main tokens, and then that main token is a fraction of Bitcoin too. So you get a double token. So it's a lot of money to be made in this. It's just I have to get in the kitchen and start making the metals. So, so yeah, mhm. Taking fraction of off branch work, and then you're gonna also have you're gonna also have what's this thing called? Um, uh, what token? Bitcoin token fraction of branch. So let's say, for instance, you have one Bitcoin. Our token is gonna equal to off the branch can equal to one of Bitcoin, right? But you don't want to do that. You want to like build it up, but it can end up building to one of Bitcoin in like in a year. Or and then you're gonna have the new token, the fourth token. And that fourth token is a fraction of mhm, mhm. Margin arm, this is different because margin arm, in the margin arm token, you can get four. In the gold, you can get six. You can get 4 tiers, tiers 1 through 4. And then each token will be a tier and already have an existing value because it's tied to the Bitcoin network in a way. Because we said so, because there's an Ethereum database that exists in space so that we can pull down. So that's really the problem right now that's going on where white people were chasing and starting shit because of this machine right here. So let's say, for instance, like, okay, let's say starting out, we can get up to like 100 hashes. You can only get $15 a day. A hash would be like your phone, just running the app all day. Like you just leave it on. And that's if that's a second, mhm, that's how much you're gonna get a day. But let's say for instance you're running it on your computer, that's like a I can get that to like 1,000. So that's how much you're getting every day. But let's say for instance you're playing the app and then you're also playing the chemical biology server. That's another, you're doing the same exact thing. So you have like 4 accounts doing this at once. So there we go. We just rebuilt the economy. So this is perfect. This is what we're gonna do. And I don't think people are gonna like be able to like really understand like how much they got involved, got into with me until they're like seeing like limbs. here and flesh and metal and heat and chaos and Kirigani and the daily one and meanwhile and woe. Yeah. So well, okay, so that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. And then we have gemstone combos too, like gemstone and herb combos. Like I can't wait to get into that. Yeah, to start making space tech and astrology tech like more like chemical servers. They're better for capturing energy and storing them chemical servers versus like making a monetary system off of. Ooh. And then this can be like a workforce development program where people get paid to like recycle devices and break down metals and strip things, et cetera, et cetera. There you go. People have something to do. I feel like that's always just what you're like wanting to work towards. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna send to you guys. What we're gonna start doing. Yay, I can't wait to start doing that. This one is gonna be the best one. Yeah, it's always gonna have sound in the spiral just moving in sequence, but I think that's like the best thing though for it to be moving like that. And not uh limited to just one option. You can run it on your phone, sign up, etc., play with the chemical fossil server. So those of you guys that have been playing, you're on Yanni and Huey's Planet, you've been working hard. You're in your federation, you're Incoat, you're Seminole, you're Japanese, you're Chinese, you're Viet, you're Indian, you're Rwandan, you're Nigerian, you're from Cordoba, you're South African, you're Zulu, you're Tutsi, um, you're in the UK, in the United States, and South America, Buenos Aires, Bahia place, Masa Cresa, all the black Spanish places, Mexico, Old Mexico and New Mexico. You're with my brother Jesus across the border, listening to Modo Maldito, wherever you are. Just be careful. So, vete, gente, yeah, baby. So, anyways, I just wanted to say that because that's the end of my talking. Please get your files ready. Wait until I put them on. You guys are gonna have to do certain tasks. You guys are gonna have to do certain tasks, okay? To get like these equations and these chemical fossil supers for free. You build up and you get these and then you run them on your computer and that's how you get money this Bitcoin. So yeah, we're gonna start having money, baby. Whoa! And then yeah, there you go. People are going, why not? We're both. Might as well use your melody, you're a psychedelic. Yeah, yeah, you have three computers. Okay, so let's say for instance, like you go to the store, it's Target, and then you get those little trap holes. You get three of them, right? Each one of them can run up to 100. Uh, so you're getting $15 a day, right? If you just have it in the background. But if you're in the app and like doing certain things or like whatnot, um, this hash rate that taps like this hash rate can be put on. You can like double this in a way, right? And different activities that you're doing online. And I would say the biggest thing is like moving around, walking, spirals moving on a chart. So you'll have like a chart, and the chart will have a certain trajectory, and the trajectory is being moved along because of a spiral. These are just uh, uh, what you would call outliers, influencing factors that could shift the trajectory, right? Because it's a straight line, but then there's outliers. So you have a spiral that's moving every single step of the way, which is like a new type of statistics, spiral statistics. So what you're going to end up doing is you're going to take all of like your walking and moving stuff like that, you're moving and put a spiral on it. And that spiral gets attracted to the app. And then from there, you're able to do it. And then from there, you're able to like make more money and because it brings them more. So what does that look like in the app? That looks like that's the max 100 if you're doing that running, right? But you have three of those apps. Now, let's say for instance you're at home and you're running your computer program. You could get like a USB that you can buy from us, and this USB can put up to 500 hash rates, this hash rate per second, right? And then you're getting $78 a day. But then what the thing here is, you can do that with flip phones, and then that's $6,000 a month. Okay. So, and that's one of the same thing. You can mine it right then and there. Day trade. So that's what I see happening. So I want you guys to look into that and just be very careful because you guys are going to be getting invites from me. And that's why they were attacking me because I built something like that. But it took me being a seminar and speaking seminar so I can get into those codes. and start bringing this stuff down. And I guess somebody's gonna be mad that they didn't get this, but how did you know? I'm for sitting right here. Some people are welcome, some people are not because of what you were doing, and that's your business. If you think that the white you're gonna play with is so stupid, a lot of people are gonna come in the next few days, and Russia's gonna be restored, and they're gonna handle Serbia once and for all Serbians and Bosnians. They're gonna come together and the brotherhood that they're formed against Vladimir Putin and stop all that. And it's a lot. It's gonna stop with Gaza. Gaza's gonna get rebuilt. People are gonna get their body back. The space travel. There's gonna be a lot of end to the conflict. People are gonna get their names back. People are gonna get their happiness back. They're gonna see a new uh, side of life. Okay, so that's what happened. That's the max that you can get. Okay. So let's say, for instance, what if you can it go over? It will just start short circuiting in your CPU. It wouldn't really short circuit because you just gather up all that energy, but it'll put the energy towards a collective portal so that it doesn't destroy your battery. Like there's only so much that the battery can take too, so you have to remember that. And the device. Okay. Oh. So you could have that in, and then let's say, for instance, you have two devices on one computer. No, because it's just one program per device. So you can plug in your USB, and you can start using the program, and you can keep going. So, whoa, my brother may reach out to me and said that he has coins. Like, right. Okay, you guys, so that's all that you guys need to see. Okay, so that's a good hustle. We can start there and then work our way up. Just start here, work your way up. This is just having the USB in your computer. This is just for one computer, right? That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's start there. And this USB lasts for a year. Or you can just send it back in and get the metal redone after you top out the storage of value on each one. Okay. And then they have like different ones. Okay. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have more money. All right. Thank you guys. Wow. Yeah, sister, sister. Hey, we're here in Philippines. Yeah, whoa. But back in the sun, it's a hot, it's a hot.